I'm getting shot from the tower.
And welcome back, everybody, to game number 7 of Lions versus Drake, the Vondel battles. I'm Taylor Reflections Double, joined by Lucky, and it looks like we're already into a bit of a pickle here. Crazy scene. Natarsha taking some damage alongside Inno and Zepti, and we are flying and frying today. This could be a great start for this crew.
Yeah, we're moving and grooving here. They're gonna actually get into a bit of a fight against TBE. That's Almond down for the count, and they're moving quickly, right? They got loadout actually rather fast within the first couple minutes or minute of the match, and now they're kind of working already, and it's important to get your loadout off that quick. It's gonna help you with those one-on-one gunfights.
That's right. The stadium, man, sees a lot of action. TBE, you mentioned it best, Lucky, and you called him out last game. Landing in an area that, not as familiar to that roster. They usually kind of land over Zoo, they rotate in the stadium, or even sometimes land straight in the stadium. And it seems like now they're going back to their initial strategy that has been working consistently. After all, they are, or at least they were, in second place behind that of Diazbiffle, who we know is in first. So the race to really top 5 now is where we have to focus our attention, because that's where the points are the closest.
Yeah, you know what? And no one wants to go and play a tournament all day and not walk away with the bag, right? So making sure you secure the top 5, whether it's 5th, 4th, or 3rd, or 2nd, you're going to get that cash. You're going to be able to walk away with some money and then go in, learn from your mistakes, maybe do some VOD review, then come out stronger coming into the next week. So, we're closing in on the last couple tournaments here for the Lions versus Drake's Vondel Resurgence tournament. And I've already seen, lots of improvement from each team.
All right, leaderboard up, and wow, Diazbiffle after 6 games this time around will break 200 points. That was a bit of a goal that I kind of issued for no reason, but I did it anyways, and they did it, so good on them. Last week, they had 197 after 8 games, so week in, week out, they're getting better, but let's talk about it, right? 2nd down to 10th. What are we looking at, Lucky?
Yeah, Team Noobs, no surprise them, still holding on to 2nd place with 112 points, getting a little bit of lead on Team 3, which is going to be Wars, right? 102 points, another good lead. Clutch Belk following close to 4th in the money with 93 points, and then Team Picnic Basket. Again, we haven't seen them too much, but they were able to make some noise that last match, secure 5th place, but it's not over just yet because they're only a point above Hisoka. So it really is going to come down to the last couple matches to, secure that end-game cash.
Lucky, right back at you. As we have a little bit of downtime, we do see a couple of, skirmishes taking place. What does it look like for eliminations, though, when it comes to individual players?
We're going to have, obviously, Team Diaz, right? They're going to be up there, but what's surprising enough is, usually when you see these elimination scoreboards, you might see 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place in the mix of the top 3 position. Diazbiffle in 1st, 54. His duo, Shifty, with 53. And then his trio, Sage, with 39. That is top 4. But a name I want to touch up on is Krinks. Now, he hasn't played too many tournaments recently. He's actually staying at the Baca house right now, literally next door to Diaz in the room over. And he is in 3rd place with 48 eliminations on Team Force in 3rd place. So it's great to see him come out, show out, and show that he can keep up with the best of the best. He's top 3 in elimination, just 4 kills shy of 2nd, 5 of 5th, or 1st. So we'll see. kills matter in tournaments like this, and that's where teams can kind of come out and shine. Well, hopefully, we'll see some gameplay coming in from Krinks. And what is he doing so different that he's hanging with the big dogs right now, right? With Diaz, Shifty, and Sage. What's going on?
Dude, Krinks has been a very talented player today. He's a talented player in his own right, but today he really... Oh, hold up. Second, take a little pause, and Maria's throwing a Simtex at the boat. Now taking a little bit of additional damage, and it goes from bad to worse, and even worse. As not only does he get mowed down, if he doesn't get mowed down, there was a PA on him. That was like literal hell.
I don't know who he's going up against, what he did to them, but they had a grudge. They threw everything at my man. Did not want him to get him out, but hopping aboard with Diaz, who's gonna get stunned right here as MP5 in hand, trying to go ahead and follow up on Sage, and the gas mask, or excuse me, the gas grenade coming into play. You saw a lot of that reflections going in week number 2, right, with Sage using those gas plays.
Yeah, it just funnels players out. It forces them to reposition. It's a lesser, obviously thing than like a mortar strike or a PA, but throw the gas out there. They've got to move. They can't stay there, and then that allows you to reposition for a better engagement. So not a bad thing to see out there, and sometimes it's just the only option that you have. Natasha, back on your screen. We started with her, Inno, and Zepti in a major engagement with the trio, pretty much in the same area. We go back to them so far. Guns are going to be butt, not bad. So, this point, though, playing on the edge, and you got to make a decision. Do you want to push in or stay where you're currently at? Because I don't foresee them getting into a lot of fights where they're currently at.
Yeah, you know what? You're starting to realize some teams are deciding, you can take your fights early on, but the teams that are landing on the outskirts are focusing more on the rotation. They're focusing on gatekeeping other teams out. So they're going to go ahead and work center zone on the second, closing on third, and then get the kills there. Well, you post to that, you got Team Diaz, right? Get the kills at the beginning, get the kills at the middle, slow it down at the end, and then close out the match as well, which we'll probably see them go crazy. But we got Inno with another pick on AB Wiz, which is FIFA's team as well. How do you think that heli shot went for them last game?
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't think it went very well, but I tell you what, it was smart, and I liked the play. I did, because it was so different, and I'm not against teams trying to change up what they're doing if something's not working. So, great plays from FIFA. He's just an incredibly intelligent player. Appwiz is very talented in the slaying category. I was watching FIFA play on Monday in that tournament that Hisoka and Adrian was able to win. But FIFA was like a standout player. He was making 500 IQ plays. And honestly, the heli play was just as smart. So, FIFA, big fan.
Yeah. Now hopping aboard with Diaz, who seems to be the player who's going to be the entry man on the right-hand side of the map. But he's going to fall short, and it might have been even Crinks who's going to actually fall to him. We got TVE across the pond over here at Stadium. They're going to be on the right-hand side. Drakes versus Lions, an actual match going on literally on the field, paintball court right now. Noobs now, that MP5. And how important also are these bounties, right? Are these contracts to get that eco up?
Yeah, I mean, massive. I mean, they're really important in traditional Warzone play. Really important here because if anything, it's just a mini UAV that you have. You're constantly keeping track of somebody. And you know what? If like let's say I pull up a bounty, right? And it's like, hey, you need to go after Biffle. I'm skipping the bounty, but at least I know where he's at, so I can avoid him too, right? So there's no reason to not pick up a bounty if it's in front of you.
Yeah, and their Noobs is going to take advantage of the fire sale, which happens about every single game. I think it's like a 50% chance of it happening third on opening. So he's able to get a flare, use it for endgame, get a loot up as well, then start to work on his rotation. Now we're going to the fourth zone, right? Reflections, we're working on the fourth zone. We're going to start working on the center part of the map. And if there's any team to really look at when it comes to rowing, obviously Diaz's team, but also TBE, right? They're known for the rotations and their good chemistry.
They're great. I mean, they've been so successful as a trio throughout World Series of Warzone, throughout, even going back to last year's World Series of Warzone to, plenty of online tournaments to now, obviously, this tournament. They just always find success. And we talked about earlier in Game 2, brought up the fact that there are just some teams that can play without even communicating, and this is one of those very rosters. Good job from Noobs. He'll take down Empathy, but the job's not done. One more remains.
Yeah, and they're going to have a bit of a tough rotation here, so they don't want to spend too much time out here because in about 50 seconds, Resurgence closes, and in the odd chance, well, actually high chance that they don't get this next zone, they're going to be stuck on that rotation across the pond. There's probably a team posted up with that portable buy on your map on the top left-hand side, so they need to either focus on, we got to fast play this pick, or we just got to rotate in, because in this position in 30 seconds, it's going to be tough. Going to get some shots going on. They can actually shoot through that little banner up top, too, so good shots coming from Noobs.
This is where you really start to see the brain start ticking. Like, how do we want to push that top play? And I think Tommy might actually already be up on top going for the push, and he is, and he picks him up. That was Brax. He's trying to take down, but another one has arrived. A new competitor takes down two. Tommy now has to try and be like the savior, I think. Tommy was still alive, right?
Yeah, I think Tommy was the last one alive, but he just came back in. Got a quick pick, probably has some loot to work with, so hopefully he's able to stay alive. They are holding in second place, but Smixy now making some improvements to making it endgame here. This is about the second time they made it past the Resurgence closing, and they're in actually a power position themselves. Top prison, top police, being able to overlook everything as well. She's going to have the MP5. Looks like they're set up. Opportunity gets situated in 20 seconds, but they're set up to get a little bit of a rotation. Now, Reflections, are you rotating now once Alp comes back, or are you going to slow it down to the last possible second?
Look, Resurgence disabled. I think you said it best going back to towards the beginning of the broadcast. It's smart to establish a position early on once Resurgence is finished with, because you can now start preying on all the other teams who are rotating in a little bit late. But where do you establish yourself? I mean, there's not a lot of safe places to go to at the moment. You're currently on the edge. You're trying to hold onto this building as long as possible. So I'm flying in. If I have to take the low ground onto a building, well, then so be it. That's going to be my play. It's not going to be an easy rotate because you got to go over the bridge. You got to go through the water, but you have to get there as quickly as possible. Get inside some hard cover.
They're going to go straight for the water, regroup with their teammates, flanked and Alp here to work on the right-hand side advantage. And don't forget, we still have either TBE or Brax's team on the right-hand side of the stadium, so they got to watch out for that. But you're on board with Diaz's team, and again, it's this high ground that they're taking on 4th, closing on 5th. That makes them such a powerhouse team, especially when it comes down to the end game. Diaz with the crowning in hand. I mean, again, that gun did get nerfed to it, but if you can control the recoil on it, I mean, it's meta alongside the TAC V. Would you agree?
I would say so. I definitely would say so. TAC V, though, still, like, I think the superior weapon to use. I mean, that's why everybody seems to be using it, but can't go wrong with Cronin either. And it's nice to see Biffle back into play, because Biffle, remember, he was dropped a little bit earlier. A little bit of fall damage.
Speaking about drops.
You know, that's another thing, man. These Warzone guys, like, and girls, like, they are not scared to take fall damage.
Yeah, he's laughing. He almost made a mistake there, but he's going to be able to get back up here. And see how healthy this team looks once that 4th zone closes. How many kills? He's going to have 5. Let's see how many he gets after in the next minute. With all these teams closing in, all these guppies coming, running out. They're going to turn some players to guppies once they hit that water, or maybe some sharks as well.
That's
we
right.
got Gary here. The scumming as well.
Irrational. On your screen. I haven't seen these guys in a while. Team Gorgo Knight currently sitting in around 6th place anyways. Trying to break into that top 5. So this is a big game for them, big game number 7, right? If they can have a good game here, they might be able to solidify their spot in top 5 regardless of how game 8 ends up playing out. And having this high ground, I can't hate on it. This is a good spot to be in, but there's people everywhere. You can see on that UAV. And I've seen it in-game here. I don't know. Maybe it was today, but it kind of blend together. But it was today, so
yes.
Players should know what's about to happen.
Yeah, Riaz ended up closing out this matchup where we saw Diaz get a little chaotic towards the hedge. And actually, they're in a power position themselves because, for the most part, as soon as the zone closes, the next 10-15 seconds, oh, I spoke too soon. The caster curse is real. We're going to watch that back real quick. Yeah, Knight and Scum and Fall, and we'll see exactly what just happened right now. See how it all
hanging in the corner. Wanted to do well because you were casting today.
Yeah.
See Irrational covering his grounds. Gorgo trying to push out. There's Irrational, so he ends up falling. Scummin is going to spot one of the players. Smokes are going to be out. Scummin does everything in his power to clean up. He does. So another smoke out, and he's 6 to res.
Yeah, he's able to get it. That's going to be TB. He's going to see a player on his left-hand side directly in front of him. He's going to push up. Yeah, he's so SMG. The bunny hops are looking clean. Not too sure that played out, and it is going to be a quick, clean wipe on Tommy. Team number in 2nd place, and now they're in the power position. There's only 2 ways to get up on this building, right? There's one on the outside, then you got to go up some scaffolding, and then on the right-hand side as well, where the zone pulls to a zip line. So not really good positions to kind of push up. So if they manage to hold this off, we can see a game of 6 or 7 winner going to Gary and Co.
All right, that could be great for them. Like I said, a strong, solid game 7 sets you up right for game number 8. Scummin nearly overstaying his welcome, takes quite a bit of damage, and you know he doesn't have as many plates as you would think. Granted, though, having the upgraded plate vest is going to be good because now it's only 2 versus charging up to 3. Good shots though from Irrational. That's going to be a drop and an elimination. So that's going to drop us down to 6 trios left.
And now we are sitting Gary and Scum and sitting on top higher ground, but don't get it twisted. Although it may look like the rest of the zone is out in the open, this place, this POI actually goes underground and then into that water tunnel way as well. So if we go into the 7th zone, we might actually see the first heal off of today as well.
Yeah. And you know, of today, and honestly of the entire tournament, we haven't seen a hill off just yet. We got very close when Aydan and his crew was trying to hunt down somebody, and one was up top on the parking lot, one was down below, and it ultimately ended up, I think the final kill ended up coming in. No, Aydan ended up dying because he had a res gun in his inventory but didn't put it in his hotbar and wasn't able to use it. That's how it ended. But will we get a hill off? I don't know. There is going to be a challenge from up top. Somebody has actually taken over the high ground, but Irrational is was going to see it alongside that of Scummin. They live, but things could have been bad very quickly.
We're in the last final minutes of the zone closing. We're about to be the last couple seconds here. Someone's gonna get some shots out. Someone's gonna go for left-hand side rotation. It's gonna be someone cutting for that. Make that two. Two birds knocked out. Gary's gonna get the 2 picks. Oh no, Scummin's down. He's gotta get that res though. He's gotta get that res. 4 teams still remaining. Oh my god. Scummin's gonna actually fall. And we're going into another kill.
Hear the oh my god. Sigh of relief as the 2 birds get taken down. Another one's gonna fall. A pop off in game here for Irrational, Gorgo, and Scummin. But it's not over just yet. Scummin has to win. And he's currently going to be in a 1v1v1. And he's got the low ground. He's got to try and get up top. Gas mask is going to be the play. He's got to ascend. He's got to ascend, but he's going to take his time. Wait it out. Gets up. He's going to get lasered. A good effort nonetheless. But it is going to be Limax holding on tight.
A 1v1 situation. He's going to win the kill off Limax. Taking it. Closing out with 14 eliminations. Lie with 8. Red with 4. And Blaz with 2. I mean, it's good to see another team win today, but is it enough to put them in the top 5 position? We'll find out here in just a second as that scoreboard gets updated. Great plays. And reflections, what an intense endgame.
What an intense endgame. Breadman finally getting a victory. Dare I say the first one, I think, in the Vondel battle? No, it's not. I think they've at least won one in like week 1 and week 2, but it's been a while.
Okay, yeah.
It's been a while since they've been there, Lucky. So good on them for doing so.